Meghan Markle's Netflix cooking series has quickly spiraled into controversy and criticism since its release. Promoted as a groundbreaking celebration of culinary diversity and underrepresented voices, the show has been labeled by critics as shallow, self-serving, and a failure to deliver on its promises. These accusations are rooted in several key areas, including its focus, ethical practices, and representation issues, which have fueled public backlash and calls for accountability from Netflix. Focusing on Meghan Markle, not the mission. One of the most glaring critiques of the series is its deviation from its initial premise. Instead of showcasing the expertise and narratives of the diverse chefs featured, much of the content pivots to Meghan Markle herself. Segments often center around Markle's anecdotes and personal musings, overshadowing the chefs and their cultural stories. This has led critics to argue that the series is less about promoting culinary diversity and more about amplifying Markle's personal brand. Amy McCarthy, a reporter for Eater.com, summarized the sentiment succinctly. The show promised a celebration of untold stories, but what we got was Meghan Markle's vanity project. This shift has alienated viewers who had hoped for genuine representation and storytelling in the culinary world. Ethical concerns emerge. Adding fuel to the fire, allegations of unethical treatment towards the featured chefs have surfaced. Reports suggest that the chefs involved received inadequate compensation for their contributions and were granted little to no creative control over their segments. For a series marketed as a platform for empowerment and inclusivity, these accusations strike a sharp contrast to its stated goals. These claims have sparked accusations of exploitation. The show's alleged mistreatment of its collaborators has raised broader concerns about whether Markle and Netflix are leveraging social justice themes for personal and corporate gain, rather than genuine advocacy. Cultural representation or appropriation. Cultural missteps further mar the series. Critics have pointed out instances where dishes and traditions are oversimplified or misrepresented, leading to accusations of cultural appropriation. Some viewers argue that the show exploits culinary traditions to bolster Markle's personal narrative rather than offering an authentic exploration of the featured cuisines. For instance, several cultural dishes were presented without proper acknowledgement of their origins or the communities they represent. These missteps have drawn ire from viewers who feel that the series commodifies heritage while failing to honor its complexity. Social media users have labeled these issues as tone-deaf and symptomatic of Markle's broader disconnect from the subjects she purports to champion. Backlash across social media. The series' reception on social media has been brutal. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram are rife with posts criticizing its lack of depth and authenticity. Many users have expressed disappointment, labeling the show a missed opportunity to highlight genuine culinary artistry and marginalized voices. One viral tweet read, "This could have been a game-changer for underrepresented chefs and cultures, but it's just another show about Meghan Markle." Another post commented, "It's ironic how a show about empowerment ended up exploiting and silencing the very people it claimed to uplift." Fans of Markle have also expressed their dismay, suggesting that the focus on her personal stories detracted from what could have been an impactful series. Others, however, argue that Markle's public persona and alleged egoism are consistent with these outcomes. Netflix faces growing pressure. Netflix now finds itself under scrutiny as backlash mounts. Reports have surfaced indicating that internal concerns during production were dismissed, with executives prioritizing Markle's star power over substantive content. Critics are now urging Netflix to re-evaluate its collaboration with Markle and even remove the series from its catalog. Amid the uproar, Netflix has yet to release a statement addressing these issues, though insiders suggest that the company is acutely aware of the controversy and its potential impact on its reputation. Silence from Meghan Markle. Despite the intense criticism, Meghan Markle has remained silent. Her lack of response has further stoked public frustration, with some interpreting her silence as indifference to the backlash. Critics argue that Markle's advocacy for empowerment and inclusivity feels hollow in light of these controversies. The silence from Markle and Netflix has created an atmosphere of uncertainty surrounding the future of the series. Some industry experts speculate that the show may not receive a second season, while others believe the negative press could force Netflix to pivot its strategy. A missed opportunity for culinary storytelling. At its core, this controversy highlights a broader issue of performative allyship in media. By failing to deliver on its promise to uplift marginalized voices, Markle's series has reinforced skepticism towards celebrity-led activism. Viewers were looking for a heartfelt exploration of culinary traditions, but instead, they received a shallow exercise in self-promotion. The fallout from this series serves as a stark reminder of the challenges in balancing star power with authenticity, particularly in projects that claim to champion diversity and inclusivity. For Netflix and Meghan Markle, the road to redemption will require more than silence. It will demand accountability, transparency, and a genuine commitment to the causes they claim to support.